Wordt de wereld rechtvaardiger? Of is het internationale strafhof dat vanmiddag in Den Haag werd geopend een zoveelste papieren tijger? Die vragen komen op bij deelnemers aan een manifestatie vandaag op het strand van Scheveningen. Want zelfs democratieën als de Verenigde Staten en Israël willen dat nieuwe hof niet erkennen. Het Amerikaanse congres heeft bovendien een wet aangenomen die het mogelijk maakt om desnoods met een landing bij Den Haag landgenoten te bevrijden uit de handen van het strafhof. Mochten die daar terechtkomen dan. Als ludieke actie is op het Scheveningse strand een verdedigingswal gebouwd om een Amerikaanse invasie te voorkomen. En daarbij was ook de 83-jarige advocaat Benjamin Ferencz aanwezig. Een Amerikaan die in 1944 de landing in Normandië meemaakte. En die na de oorlog hoofdaanklager was bij de processen in Nuremberg. Ferencz is een van de grondleggers van het nieuwe strafhof in Den Haag. Kees Molenaars sprak met deze legendarische Amerikaan die nog altijd vecht voor zijn principes.
Nearly 60 years ago, you were wearing the uniform of the U.S. Army. You landed on Omaha Beach in Normandy.
Yes, I landed in Normandy near Saint-Mary-Église.
To fight for freedom and peace.
I fought for freedom and peace and law and justice.
So today started the International Criminal Court. Is this in a way a dream coming true?
Oh, absolutely. It was almost 60 years ago that I first began working for an international criminal court. And at that time I thought, well, this is such a big step forward. I doubt if I will see it in my lifetime. And so, despite all of the difficulties over the many years that I followed this and tried to push this rock up the hill, I am seeing it now realized on March 11th in the year 2003, which happens to be my 83rd birthday.
So it's present as well.
Yes, it's a very nice birthday present for me.
At Nuremberg, you were crimes prosecutor?
At Nuremberg, I was a prosecutor against the SS Einsatzgruppen. They had murdered over 1 million people in cold blood for the simple reason that the victims didn't have the same religion or the race or the ideology of the executioners. I thought that was a terrible thing, and that we had to create a new rule of law to protect humanity against that kind of crime, that everyone should have a right to live in peace and dignity, regardless of his race or creed. And that's what I asked the judges to do. The 22 defendants were all convicted. 13 of them, including 6 SS generals, were sentenced to death. And the principle of law was established, that crimes against humanity are crimes and are not to be tolerated by the international community.
When is, in your opinion, armed force legal?
Armed force is only legal when it's authorized, mandated by the Security Council of the United Nations. That is the current system. Now, I realize that there are situations where the Security Council itself is politicized and the world community is paralyzed. We had that situation in Kosovo fairly recently. Then we have to improve the law, not discard the law, in my judgment. Because when you discard the law, you're left with Wild West. We came out of Wild West, and it was not a very good system. The world should not return to the chaos of no rule of law. It has to improve the rule of law and make it work.
Are there enough controls on the new court?
Oh, there are more than enough controls. That has been one of the objections raised by the United States. They have made the argument that the prosecutor has no controls. That's an absolutely false argument. There has never been a prosecutor in human history who has had as many controls as this prosecutor. For example, if any nation wishes to try their own national, all they have to do is send a postcard to the prosecutor. They don't have to invade Holland in order to have him turned over. The statute of the court requires him to be turned over to the national state. The prosecutor is watched. He cannot begin an investigation until 3 judges approve it. And if the defendant objects, he has to appeal to 5 judges. The prosecutor is being watched by 89 nations who control his budgets and every act of behavior. These nations include the best friends of the United States, Canada, and the European community, and England. This prosecutor would be a madman to try to politicize his office. So it's out of the question. This is a false argument.
So there's no reason to be afraid for the United States?
Oh, absolutely no reason, none whatsoever. They talk about sovereignty. Well, no nation, no individual has a sovereign right to commit genocide. No, has no sovereign right to commit crimes against humanity. That's the only thing which this court deals with besides major war crimes, which are already under all kinds of international controls. So that is a void argument.
Are you still proud to be an American citizen because you're wearing the flag?
Well, I am very grateful to the United States for the opportunity it offers everyone. I was a poor immigrant boy, and I went to the Harvard Law School, and I've done very well in the United States. But I wear a flag now because I remember what the flag stood for and what it should stand for. And the flag ends with Pledge of Allegiance with liberty and justice for all. It does not say liberty and justice for all Americans. Liberty and justice for all. And we should remember that. And I'm proud to wear the flag for that reason. Holland is a great center for international law. From the days of Hugo Grotius, Holland has been in the forefront of a situs for international courts and international justice. We have the International Court of Justice, the International Criminal Tribunal for Yugoslavia, the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, now the International Criminal Court, and other international courts as well, for arbitration, for example, which are all situated here in Holland. And I think that's a great tribute to the Dutch public and to the Dutch government and the Dutch organizations who have recognized that law must be international law, that no nation can be secure until all nations are secure. And a little country like Holland taking the lead is a very important signal, and I appreciate it.